Let's talk about my last trip to Joann Fabrics and Crafts. Hello everyone, Rochelle here, and I'm back to share some yarn goodness with y'all today. Okay, so I went to Joann's and I did get a few things which I will share with you, but let's talk about it first because there's a lot of history here. All right, so Joann Fabric and Crafts officially closed all of their stores on May 30th. 2025. And I do believe it was one day earlier than they had originally said that they were going to close all the stores. It has truly been an end to an era. Joann operated for over 82 years before closing over 800 stores. That's a very long time and a lot of stores. It was founded in Ohio. So that was an interesting thing that I found out when I was doing a little bit of research about Joann. And if you're like me, you have said Joann's instead of Joann. Yes, a lot of us are guilty of it, but I try my hardest to say Joann. I think that's an easy one to do. But as I mentioned, I was able to go to my local Joann store one last time, and I have to admit it was so weird walking through an empty store. It was really weird. They were full of empty shelves and the yarn aisles were bare. Like, it was insane. There was next to no yarn in this store, and I did manage to get a few skeins. And so I want to know, like, how do you all feel about Joann closing? Will you start shopping at another store, or will you start shopping online on another store? Definitely let me know. But before I show you all what I got, I did want to talk about a little bit of Joann news. This is nothing new. I'm sure you all have already heard this stuff. But there are a few places you can get, well, there's one place in particular you can get Big Twist Value Pound, and that is at marymaxim.com. They are carrying the Big Twist by the pound. They have a lot of beautiful colors, and that yarn is available for sale on their website. So definitely go check that out if you're in need of some Big Twist yarn. Also, Hirschners.com, they put out a press release not too long ago saying that they were going to be acquiring some Big Twist yarn as well. Now, they did not say which lines of Big Twist they're going to carry, but they did mention that they were going to start carrying Big Twist yarn. So that's awesome. And also, the last bit of news, Joann has been acquired by Michaels. What? Did anybody see that coming? It's so crazy. I know on the Joann site, they had mentioned like something big was coming, but it's so crazy because I didn't even want to believe it at first. But if you go on like Joann.com, it immediately directs you to Michaels.com. That is crazy. And I remember even Michaels kind of teasing like, Joann customers, you can come here. But wow. This is a lot. I mean, so much is going on in the crafting community. It's just like, what is happening to the crafting community? I don't know. I mean, it's just this being sold, that being liquidated. It's a hot mess. It really is. And I really think about the people who were affected with their jobs. Like, I understand job loss. And so I really think about that, and I hope they're okay. I hope their families are okay. But, you know, a lot of times when decisions get made, it just affects so many people. But anywho, yes, that's my spiel. So let's talk about what I bought. Okay. I didn't go too crazy, to be honest with you. There wasn't a lot to go crazy over, if just saying. So let's see what we're going to start with. The first one I got is this Big Twist yarn. This is Big Twist Value. Each skein is 380 yards, 6 ounces, 347 meters, 170 grams. And so this is a number 4 medium weight yarn. It's really squishy, and the color is Varsity Gold. It's a beautiful color. Just, I love it. And this yarn is so soft, and I'm hoping that because Big Twist is now going to be covered or carried by other vendors, that the quality does not change. Is anybody else worried about that? I'm a little worried about that because Big Twist is some of my most favorite big box store yarn. And so I'm happy that Hirschner's and Mary Maxim and Michaels is going to carry it, but I am a little worried, like, are they still going to use the same warehouse as Joann? I don't know. I'm very curious about that. But yes, so this is one. And then also, after I tell you about what I got, I'm going to share a few patterns with you all that I'm thinking about either knitting or crocheting. So I bought 4 of these. And I wanted to make sure that I have at least a sweater's quantity. So for me, that's around 1,200-ish yards, depending on what I'm doing. So I got 4. Okay, so the next one I got is also Big Twist. And this is 100% acrylic, by the way. So this color is Varsity Navy Blue. And so I think these two colors look together. They remind me of my high school colors. And yeah, so this is a really beautiful dark navy blue. And I think it's going to make something absolutely beautiful. And of course, it's got the same yardage and ounce, same weight as the last one. All right, so that's that one. And then this next one, oh, I got 4 of these. All right, this next one is so exciting. So I have never heard of this yarn before, and I'm very excited to use it. This is Draper James Cozy Wool. Have y'all ever heard of this? I had never heard of this yarn. But this is 60% super wash merino wool. Y'all know I love my merino wool. And 40% acrylic. It is 142 yards or 3.52 ounces per skein. That's 130 meters or 100 grams. And this is a number 4 medium weight yarn. And this is the colorway Holiday Red. Y'all, this yarn is so soft. It's so squishy. And it is very, very tightly spun. I'm so excited. Like, you can just feel the superwash merino in this. This is amazing, and it was such a great bargain for me to get this. Like, this yarn was next to nothing, like a couple of bucks per skein. So yeah, I feel like I got quite the deal on this. But yes, it is a fantastic yarn. I'm excited to use it. And now let's get to some patterns that I want to make. And by the way, I got 9 of these. Yes, 9 of these. Okay, so let's talk about what I want to make with each of these yarns. So I haven't narrowed it down just yet, but I do have 4 patterns in mind. 2 are knit and 2 are crochet. And I will leave the links below to all of the patterns in the description box. All right, so the first one is the Talulah Tee, designed by Hannah of Herb Garden Knitwear. So this is a paid pattern, and it calls for worsted weight yarn. It has a bust circumference between 29.75 to 63.25 inches, and that is 75.5 to 161 centimeters. And it is worked in the round bottom up. So I am going to need you all's help to let me know which patterns I should choose and which yarns I should use for each of them. I would love to know. Okay, so the next one is the Worsted Boxy, designed by Hoki Locatelli. So this pattern has been around for quite a while, and it's been on my list for a long time. It is a paid pattern that calls for worsted weight yarn, and the bust circumference ranges between 64 to 76 inches, and that's 160 to 170 centimeters. And so this top is worked bottom up in the round, But the pattern also has instructions if you want to knit it back and forth and seam it together. So there's a couple of options with this pattern. Okay, next up we have the Darling Top. Now I'm getting into crochet, but this is the Darling Top designed by Designs by Key, and it is a free pattern and it calls for worsted weight yarn. The bust circumference ranges between 26 to 58 inches, and that's 66 to 147 centimeters. This one is worked in panels from the bottom up. So 2 panels, work them up, and then you're going to seam them. So that's really exciting. And I've crocheted patterns by Design by Key before, and her patterns are amazing. Y'all definitely check her out. Okay, so the next one is the Textures Tee, and it is designed by Tiger Eye Handmade. So this is actually version 2 of their Textures Tee, and it is a paid pattern that calls for worsted weight yarn. The bust circumference ranges between 28 to 68 inches, and that is 71 to 173 centimeters. I can feel my allergies starting to act up. This North Carolina weather is crazy, and everybody wants to cut their grass at the same time. Anyway, it is made of 2 rectangular panels, and each panel starts with vertical rows, and then the horizontal rows are added at the bottom. So vertical rows, then horizontal rows, and I think it is going to make a beautiful texture. I think it's a fantastic design, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. So like I said, let me know which ones I should make and which yarn I should use for them. I have enough yarn to make all of them, so let me know what your favorite ones are and I'll definitely check them out. Alright, so let's talk about what I am wearing. This is the Sophie Scarf designed by Petite Knit. I've made at least five of these, and then I've made like a couple of the Sophie shawls. But anyway, I will leave my Ravelry link below, and you all can check out the yarn that I used. I'm pretty sure, well, I know I dyed this yarn. This is 50% cotton and 50% merino, and it is on a base that I no longer dye. But yeah, so definitely check this out. I think you'll really enjoy this pattern. It's a pretty, I wouldn't say that the Sophie Scarf is simple because you have to keep up with your stitch count. In fact, just looking down, I can see where I made a mistake. Yes. It looks like I did not put the yarn in front when I was supposed to. And yeah, it's really easy to do. Like if you do not put the yarn in front, it carries the garter stitch all the way around instead of the I-cord. So if you decide to make a Sophie shawl or a Sophie scarf, definitely make sure you're putting your yarn in front when you're supposed to. But anyway, y'all, let me know how you're doing. Let me know in the comments if you have made any of these projects or any of these patterns, or if you would like to make any of them. Definitely let me know. Also, let me know your thoughts about Joann. I would really like to know, because for me, let's see, my next closest Michael's is 30 plus minutes away. So, you know, if Michael's does, depending on which big twist they carry, I'm still going to have to travel further to Michael's than I did when I was going to Joann. So I think it'll be worth it, but they don't have a date or anything like that. So it'll be interesting to see how this all unfolds. But anyway, let me know what you worked on while watching, or did you just chill? I would love to know. And thank you all so much for clicking that like button and that notification bell. And thank you for subscribing. It means so much to me. Also, check out my YouTube community tab. I'm always asking some sort of fun question over there. And I love reading you all's responses. And of course, if you would like some bonus videos from me, you can definitely click that join button below, and I will also leave it pinned as a pinned comment down in the comment section. All right, y'all, it was so fun hanging out with y'all today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.